I'm crossing my fingers that the Buffy the Vampire Slayer revival features an episode as compelling and unforgettable as one of the original's best. As a fan of the 1990s series that flawlessly combined sci-fi monsters with coming-of-age themes, I'm excited by Hulu's upcoming Buffy reboot set to release in 2026. Still, reboots and revivals can be challenging, and it's possible that the new Buffy could be disappointing. There are more than a few sequel series that didn't work out well because they aren't as funny as the original or ruin entire character arcs. Though Sarah Michelle Gellar is reprising her role as Buffy, the revival series will focus on a new Slayer named Nova, played by Kira Armstrong. While the revival needs to have big bads, romance, strong friendships, and an inspiring message, it also needs at least one unique episode that calls back to a specific episode from the original show. Across Buffy the Vampire Slayer's 7 seasons, there's one episode in Season 6 that will always stand out to me, and I truly hope the revival show feels the same. Once More, with Feeling is a standout Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode. When I first watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 6, Episode 7, Once More, with Feeling, I wasn't completely sure about it. Could a sci-fi or horror series really pull off a musical episode? Now that several decades have passed, I agree with many fans that this is one of the show's strongest episodes. Without this episode, the show could have easily become stale. Buffy's epic love story with Angel, David Boreanaz, was long over. According to some fans, Dawn Summers, Michelle Trachtenberg, was a puzzling addition as a character, as she didn't have the most compelling storylines. Plus, Buffy herself was at a strange crossroads since she died at the conclusion of Season 5. However, Once More, with Feeling proved that Buffy the Vampire Slayer could still be creative and unexpected. Since the characters explained the things they are worried about in each song, it was a genius way to get their point across. The episode also notably featured a sweet Buffy and Spike, James Masters, moment at the end. The rest of Season 6 was great, and besides the usual supernatural problems, the series focused on several complex romances, including Willow Rosenberg, Allison Hannigan, and Tara Maclay, Amber Benson. Still, Once More, with Feeling was the most thrilling part of Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 6. Why the Buffy reboot needs an episode like Once More, with Feeling? Buffy the Vampire Slayer's upcoming 2026 TV reboot could get by on some nostalgia, and hopefully, there will be some references to past storylines and cameos from the beloved cast members. There's also excitement surrounding Kira Armstrong's new Slayer character and how she will differ from Buffy. That said, the stakes are high, no pun intended, and since Sarah Michelle Gellar won't be the main focus, some might worry that the reboot won't be as good as the original. Therefore, the new series needs another Buffy musical episode because it's as emotional as it is entertaining. Even if the revival doesn't include a musical episode, there should be an equally special chapter of the series. Maybe the new Slayer and her friends can go back in time, or the entire episode could be inspired by a classic black and white movie. It would also be memorable to see a storyline that shares more about the new Slayer's childhood. I'm sure I'm not the only fan who is curious about her backstory. While her relationship with Buffy should be front and center, her arc needs to feel detailed and complete.